Hello, everyone, and welcome to Manifesting with Mother Nature. I'm Alexandra Wenman, and this is our beautiful Facebook Live courtesy of Spirit and Destiny magazine. I'm not sure if you can hear me, see me, but if anyone has any problems with the feed or the Wi-Fi, do let me know today. I'm just waiting for some people to come on before we really get started. But I hope you can all join me today because we've got a really beautiful one in store. Oh yes, I can see three lovely people there, and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to be continuing our journey through the cycles of nature, and I've got my little picture here somewhere, just to remind us of where we've been and where we're going. And we're going to recap for those of you who haven't joined me before. Hi everyone at Spirit and Destiny. Hi Kirsty. So here's our little cycle. We've been working with the apple tree, although today we're going to be focusing on the mature tree, and we're going to be working with a few different tree energies today just to help us really stand in our power. The tree energy and the dryads are really great for harnessing to embrace your confidence, help you stand strong and firm in your intention, and really hold your real intention around what you want to create in your life, what you want to manifest, even when you get knocked around. I mean, we think about really big, strong trees being knocked about by the air, by the wind and the elements and the rain. We often have that in our daily lives, and our emotions can do that. Other people can do that. Situations can do that. So this is about really holding what we want for ourselves, holding our center, standing firm, being in our confidence, no matter what comes to knock us about. And I just think it's the perfect time to do it, really. I feel like also, coming up, I think astrologically, we're about to go into another Mercury retrograde. We've had big full moons, and we're being quite knocked about by the energies at the moment. And it's really vital, really important that we come back into our center and we discover what is really important to us, I think. And so this will help us to do that. Oh, just saying hi, my sister Lou is here. Hi, Julia. Hi, Christy. Hi, Albert. Hi, Nicola. Lovely. This is wonderful. Great to see you all here. Thank you so much for joining me. First of all, as I do with all of these, I like to read a little poem from my book, The Poetry of Light. And I always do this as bibliomancy. These are channeled poems, and they're really like prayers. And to me, they do hold a vibration and an energy. It's actually blown my mind because I wrote a lot of them quite a while ago, and now I feel like they've actually been quite prophetic. So some of the things that I wrote a while back seem to be actually coming to light, which is really interesting. So I went through the book this morning, and I actually wrote this poem, which is very connected to nature. All the ones that are popping up through the bibliomancy seem to be nature poems, which is very fitting. And I wrote this one in Egypt in 2018 when I was leading a retreat out there, and it is about the lotus and the papyrus. And I thought, well, this is very fitting because we've talked about planting the seed finding its way up through the earth, feeling its way into the light, birthing itself. And very much the lotus and the papyrus, these are two things, like a lotus and a reed, that grow up from the primordial mud from the bottom of the river and the silt and find their way up into the light. And of course, the beautiful lotus is a symbol of spiritual awakening and enlightenment, because it's one of the most beautiful flowers, and it has an incredible perfume, and it finds the light, and it's found its way up out of the goo and the mud and all the yuck at the bottom. And it's such an analogy for us finding our way through the dark night of the soul, through difficulties, and finding the light again. And it really follows that cycle and that pattern of nature. So the poem goes like this. Lotus and papyrus. A reed rests upon still waters, but what is it that hides beneath? A breeze gentle as a feather, the softest rustling of a leaf. Come peer below the surface. Come, dear one, take a peek. Here you will find your purpose. No longer will you be weak. Dip into the glittering tide that reflects the Milky Way. Here there is nothing to hide. The stars will light your way. It is dark here at the bottom, but dark is the night sky too. Here lies all you have forgotten. Here you will find what's true. And like the silken evening sky, with diamond points of light that shine, there's treasure in the depths that lie beneath such ethereal waters fine. I call to you, my siren song. O love, I have been waiting. It is for you my heart has longed, always anticipating. The lotus has been blooming from muddy waters deep. Her journey has been arduous, up towards the sun she'll reach. The reed rests on the riverbank. He waits to greet his flower, but only when she's ready to bloom will he reach his perfect hour. Then the lotus and papyrus grow together in the sun, eternal souls entwining, they are joined to become one. Two united in earth and water, their faces kissed by air and sun, divine son and divine daughter, to birth the heavenly one. And that is really an analogy of us marrying the divine feminine and masculine within ourselves. So our logic, our reason, coming into coherence with our intuition and our divinity, so that we can become the heavenly one. We can become the most divine aspect of ourselves that we can be, so that we can live our heart's desire, we can follow our purpose. And I always believe that what is for you will never pass you by. So I want to just remind everybody that if you've been struggling to manifest what you want, sometimes maybe it's not the best thing for you. Maybe the universe has other plans and other ideas. I used to be a journalist and I was kicked onto my path as a healer. I went literally kicking and screaming. So it's not always an easy journey, but it's my intention to help this journey be as easy as it can be, and to work with the energies that we have available to us, not to be afraid of the difficult times, not to be afraid of the challenges, not to be afraid of the darkness, but to embrace it, to integrate it, to love it, so that we can transform it into more light, more love, more strength, more power, more beauty in our lives. And that's why I think the patterns of nature are so perfect, because they follow that thread. They really do follow that divine perfection of, decay, growth, rebirth, regeneration, decay, and it goes round and round and round in a cycle. So we ebb and flow just like nature. Just reading a few messages. Oh, hi, Sarah. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Tessa. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, yes, yeah, revealing culture and creativity. Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's brilliant. Well, I want to pull, I've pulled a few cards for us already this morning, just a couple, from a couple of different decks. And the first one that I was working with is called the Celtic Tree Oracle by Liz and Colin Murray. It's a beautiful deck. I haven't looked at this one for a while, actually. It is Connections Book Publishing. Anyway, the card that I pulled, I hadn't heard of this plant before, but it's a furze, and apparently it grows. I think it grows on like moorland and common land. I don't know if you can see this. And I love the little beehive at the bottom. And this says to me that even in the toughest times, like it's got thorns and things like that, but it's also in bloom. And when I was looking up this plant, apparently it's very rare for it to be without blooms. It always has blooms, like even in whatever weather, it's a very hardy plant. So even in the toughest weather, it stays in bloom all the time. It always has its face to the sun. And I thought, this is so perfect for what we're talking about today. It's like standing our ground, holding our center, really believing in ourselves, gathering to us everything that we need so that we can enjoy sweetness no matter what we're going through in our life. So this is the first one. It's really about self-belief, self-nourishment, really holding your light, your power, and self-belief no matter what you're going through. So that's the first one, the beautiful furs. Lovely. A couple of people have said that I have frozen. I just want to make sure everyone can still see me, hear me okay. It seems to be okay for me. I don't know if it might, sometimes we get like individuals whatchamacallit, Wi-Fi dropping out on these, and I don't know if it's my end or your end, so I do apologize for that. But I think on the playback you will see it clearly. I also want to acknowledge that we have had this big storm going on, and there's no irony in the fact that it's Storm Alex. So I'm really sorry about Storm Alex. I didn't conjure it, but it seems to be here, and very, very it's very fitting. The second card, I've used these cards before just because I love them and they're very apt. They're called the Nature's Whispers cards by Angela Hartfield and Josephine Wall. The illustrations are by Josephine Wall, very beautiful. And the second card that I've pulled, card number 39, so goddess numbers, is Clear Endeavor. And it's funny because you guys were writing Frozen, and I was thinking about Frozen the musical. This reminds me, actually, this scene reminds me of Frozen the musical, and also like I think her name's Elsa, the woman, like her determination and her self-belief and her choosing herself in the midst of any hardship. And the winter, the hardship of winter, there's a lot of like really snowy energy here. So again, it's like the tree, and I sort of think of the fir tree, and the fir tree being really symbolic of fire and that inner light glowing, and calling on the medicine and the magic of the fir tree to support us in our endeavors, no matter what that brings. So really beautiful cards there. Again, it's about self-belief, self-determination, inner strength, and oh, thank you. Thank you. I can't help but wear a headdress. It's got to be nature themed. I feel like I'm at a festival when I do these. It's wonderful. So those are the messages coming through for us today. Really, really, that even in the face of difficulty, and when when you are bringing something through for yourself, or when you're aligning to your soul purpose, one thing I've learned on the path is that you will get tested. You might get hit from all sides, and you're going to have to stay the course if you really want to bring to fruition that which you believe is for you. And sometimes it takes work. Sometimes when we're really aligned, it just falls in our lap. But sometimes there are hurdles to get through, and that self-belief is really necessary. So we're going to do a little meditation, and this is these meditations, they're healings as well. They're all channeled, so I never know where we're going or what we're doing. I just close my eyes and ask whichever guides are with us, or angels or beings or elementals or nature spirits are with us, to be with us. But this morning, as I was tuning in, I always kind of tune in before, we had 4 beautiful trees come forward for the group, and we're going to work with these trees today. There may be other tree spirits that come in as well, but I was shown that in the east, we're going to call upon the beautiful yew tree, who's going to hold the eastern corner for us with the element of air and our connection to spirit. In the south, we're working with the fir tree, and I specifically was told the Douglas fir is with us, and the Douglas fir, the word fir, also resonating with fire. In the west, which is the direction of water, we're going to be working with the beautiful willow. And willow is a great tree to work with. Its medicine is great for releasing old grief, letting go of a lack of self-belief, anywhere you have had difficult times, calling on the willow medicine to really help you move through that. And then the mighty oak in the north, which is the tree of the earth. And the oak tree is incredible because it really, really links us up to our support, our divine support. It was actually said in ancient times that the king, because the king didn't have anyone else to turn to, he was the top of the tree, so to speak, that the king would lean his back against the oak tree and tell the oak tree all his worries, and the oak would bring the support for the king. The oak, like the apple as well, has all that beautiful symbolism, the tiny acorn that holds all the potential for that great mighty tree. And then the oak branches they actually shed their branches quite easily. You'll often see around an oak tree lots of molten litter, and you'll see the acorns, but you'll see a lot of branches that fall. They fall quite easily, so it has no trouble letting go of what it no longer needs in order to make way for that new growth. So I feel like that's a really great symbol for us right now. Once you really, really find your own center, it becomes very difficult for anybody to knock you out of it again. I know that many of us are empaths and real softies that, you know, that are interested in spirituality, and it can often be very, very hard when you want to be a kind person. It's hard to be assertive when you're trying to be kind. So it's my intention in this that we can find our center. We don't have to budge from our gentleness and our kindness, but we can be firm when we need to. And because what we don't want is in trying to be kind to other people is being unkind to ourselves. It's about finding the balance in all of this. So finding the center, finding the balance, really listening to your emotions and your feelings and following your truth from within. So in week 1, we worked with seeding our intentions, and that was really working with the energy of intention. In week 2, we talked about sprouting our desires and really using our emotions to imagine what it might feel like and look like and be like to have this desire in our lives. And even if you don't know what you desire, it's about how you want to feel. What would that fulfillment feel like? But even better if you have an idea of what you want, because then if you can be really specific, you can then hand it over to the universe and Mother Nature to bring that to fruition if it's for your highest good. And then today, obviously, we're working with the tree. This is the energy of growth, maturity, bringing tree power in to really get our intentions grounded and bringing in the energy of certainty, of trust, of willpower. When we doubt ourselves, we often feel a lot more able to be buffeted around. But if you can really stand in your core power, and no matter what tests are coming at you, really trust in the highest outcome, even if you don't know what that looks like, then the tree energy can help you really just come into that self-support of, I'm handing this over to the universe. I'm trusting that whatever is for the highest good will not pass me by, and I'm holding firm in that belief. So I'm just going to invite you to close your eyes and just start to breathe into your heart and find your most natural center within your body. So some of you might feel more grounded, more centered when you're behind your navel, when you place your focus behind your navel, your absolute center of your body. That I find is a really good place to center yourself. Some of you might feel more comfortable centering yourself in your heart, but just find or imagine or see or intend that you're bringing your conscious awareness down into the center of the body, almost as though your brain is in the center of your body and you're looking out through that center. We actually do have 3 brains. We don't just have one. And the stomach is a brain in and of itself, is it not? Getting our needs met. So feel your center there. Become aware of a spark of light here behind your navel. And if you want to imagine that that spark of light is like a little seed of light, a seed of your intention planted right in the center of you, a golden, magical seed. And your center is the earth with all the soil and the nutrients. I want you to imagine that from the center of your body, your seed is now cracking open and reaching up branches of light, tendrils of light, all the way up through your body and out through the cosmos. So all your branches are reaching up, touching through every star system, through the sun, every point of light in our whole universe. And you're simultaneously from the center of yourself, whether that's your heart or your belly, reaching roots of light down through all the crystals and the minerals of the earth, touching into the plant kingdom, the elemental kingdom, feeling yourself as the center of this beautiful tree that is growing from seed to sprout to tree. And see those roots going all the way down into the very core of Mother Earth, where you might find a beautiful diamond or crystal, anchoring yourself into the earth so that you feel really grounded but really expanded. Imagine that that tree can open in a huge canopy of light over and around you, and that the light coming down around you then links up with the light from the roots underneath you, and you form a beautiful image of that. I don't know if anyone's seen it, that beautiful Celtic tree of life. that looks like the tube torus. It's kind of circular on the outside, but the branches reach the roots. And it does this flow of energy. So it really places you in the center of your own being. And the energy moves and flows and opens around you. It also forms a sphere of beautiful golden protection around you. And from this place, right in your center, you can set the intention for how you want to feel. And at this point, we're just going to send out of our space anyone else's thoughts, feelings, emotions, intentions, any external interference of any kind, anything that isn't serving us for our highest good, anything that might interfere with our highest outcome. It doesn't matter what it is, we just send it back to the divine light of source, to its highest point of evolution, so that it can transform and transmute, and really coming into a clear awareness of your own center, your own emotions, your own thoughts, your own feelings. And just breathe into the center of the body. Pay attention to how you feel at this moment. And it's totally okay if you feel vulnerable, if you have what we might term lower emotions coming up. That's okay. Let yourself feel those emotions. Let them be there. Sometimes we have doubts. Our human emotions are valid, all of them, and they're actually a great compass when we can learn to embrace them. So I want you to just let yourself embrace these. And even if you find that you have doubts coming into the mind, I just want you to hand them over to your higher self. And then we're going to come into the center again, and I want you to think about your intention. What is it, first of all, that you would like to release and let go of? And it might be an old pattern in your life. It might be, there might be people or experiences or things that you know are no longer serving you, that you need to let go of and move away from. It might be something that you continue to do, but you know that it's not good for you. It might be letting go of something that you're not even aware of. Just set the intention that you're letting go of anything that's in the way of your highest divine purpose now. And then calling to you your intention, and whether that is something really specific that you would like to manifest. And it could be getting your needs met, it could be money, it could be abundance, it could be love, it could be something like a new home, it could be something physical, tangible, it could just be a feeling. And ultimately, as humans, I believe we all want to feel loved, we all want to feel held, we all want to feel cherished and acknowledged, and we all want to feel fulfilled. We all want that sense of fulfillment. And the guides are giving me a message about forgiveness to come in, and this forgiveness is to be held towards yourself. Just forgive yourself anywhere you feel you have failed, or you haven't stood by yourself, or you've let yourself down, or you've let others let you down. I want you to just really hold deep compassion and forgiveness for yourself in this moment. And now we're going to call in the power and the medicine and the healing potency of our beautiful tree. So I want you to feel in the east, and you don't need to know where the east is. I know in my room the east is behind me, so you can always imagine that you're facing the east by facing me. We're going to call in beautiful yew tree, the beautiful yew tree, and the element of air. And yew is bringing us the medicine of lightness of spirit, of the knowledge that we are connected to the all and everything, that we never truly die. Energy only transforms. We don't really end, and we've never begun. We just keep following that cycle. And with yew medicine, it's tapping into mind. Air is usually mind, and this is higher mind. So asking your higher mind to come in and bring you any insights that you need in order to bring your goal, your desire to fruition. If there's any ideas or information that you've been missing, we ask you to help connect you in with that divine mind, so that in the coming days, weeks, and months, you will receive insights about what it is that would be for your highest good, so that you can manifest more fully and really connect to that trust. Just feel, see, or imagine the mighty yew tree now infusing your tree of life, your tree of light that you have become, with its medicine, so that you become the mighty yew tree. And you don't even need to know what the yew looks like, just imagine or intend it, but you might see it or get impressions of it. You often see mighty yew trees in church graveyards because they're great portals to help souls pass to the other side. Soaking and bathing in the medicine of the beautiful yew tree, just allowing it to come into your being, trusting and receiving. And again, just make your request for what it is you want to manifest. Make your request to the yew so that it can carry your desires to the divine. Absolutely beautiful. Feel that integrate into you. So the image of the yew tree just dissolves into you like an aspirin dissolving in water. You've received its medicine. In the south, which is to my left, I'm not sure if this is backwards on camera though, but it's that direction for me. This is the element of fire, and it's here that we call forward our beautiful fir tree. This is a great tree. It's often very hardy in winter. It still can remain green in winter. It's very flammable. It's about the hearth, the home, the fire, the celebration. I always think of Christmas time. And just inviting in now the energy of the fir, and really specifically the Douglas fir. Douglas fir is incredible for inner strength. They're very strong trees, and just allow that energy, that medicine to come into you, thinking about the energy of joy, of celebration, of upliftment. Imagine if you already knew that what you wanted was coming to pass, that it was absolutely certain, and feel the excitement that comes in by knowing that it doesn't matter if you can't see physical evidence or tangible evidence in your daily life. What if you absolutely knew that in some miraculous way exactly what you needed was coming to land in your lap, and you could just release any tension and sit in celebration of that absolute knowingness, allowing that beautiful fir tree to come and infuse your tree of life, your tree of light, so that you become the Douglas fir tree. Feel that inner strength, that excitement. It comes up into a point like a pyramid too, so it's very uplifting, carrying you higher, lifting your vibration. Again, setting your intention to hand over your desire to the Douglas fir tree so that it can take your desire, your intention to Mother Nature to help you manifest. And feeling that tree, the image of that tree, dissolve into you like a tablet in water, just really infusing your being with its medicine and its magic. Coming around now to the west, which is directly in front of me in my space here, but just imagine that you're facing west. West is the element of water. It's also the unknown. It's the mystery. It is the darkness. It's the midnight. And I work a lot with the angels, with these directions. Archangel Gabriel usually overlights this direction, and Gabriel is the angel of purpose and of hope. But we're going to work with the mighty willow tree, and willows obviously grow by water. Their beautiful branches and tendrils reaching down like straws to drink up the water. So bringing the hydration up into you, all of that beautiful, all the nutrients that come from the lakes and the rivers and the streams that feed the willow. And it also reminds me of that our bodies are water and our tears are water. So willow helps to release old grief. Just feel any old stuck grief or loss or longing or pain. Perhaps from times when your needs weren't met, when you didn't get what you wanted, when your expectations weren't met in the way that you expected them to be, anywhere you were let down or you felt you let yourself down. If you feel emotion come, just let it come, let it flow like water. Just feel it leaving you. It's almost as though willow, as willow infuses with our own tree and we become the willow, there's a beautiful release as willow drains away the disappointment, but simultaneously fills us up with the hydration and the nourishment, the purity and the clarity that we need, like crystal clear water coming into our emotions, clarifying our emotions, so that we're more easily able to read our own feelings, our own impressions, so that we know what we want and how to act on it. We know if something is for our highest good or not. We can discern, we can ascertain that. Really helping those past experiences to just melt away so that you can come into even more assuredness. And then feeling the willow dissolve into you like a beautiful aspirin in water, really infusing you with its love and its medicine. Really gorgeous infusion of this energy. And then finally, we come to the direction of the north, which is to my right, where I'm sitting. And here we call on the energy of the earth. And here we ground, we earth our intention. We really feel it being bold and strong and anchored. And it's as though you have become the king of your own domain, or the sovereign of your own domain. And you're sitting with your back against the mighty oak tree, the mighty oak that has all that potential, that can follow those cycles of nature, and that reaches up so high, but has no fear of releasing what it needs to release when it comes to full maturity, that it can drop whole boughs off itself and just let them crash to earth without a care, because it knows that its trunk is so strong, its center is so there, and it can grow ancient and mighty and reach all the way up to the sun. Feel, see, sense, or imagine yourself becoming this mighty oak tree, and hold your branches up to the sunlight. Feel as though you're being gifted with a beautiful crown upon your head, like a crown of sunlight, and feel streams of sunlight coming through you. Really feel, see, sense, and know yourself as this mighty tree. Feel your roots really anchored into the earth and spreading really far through the earth to ground in your intention. Infuse yourself with oak energy, really powerful, trusting, truthful, beautiful oak, sovereign oak. And give yourself permission to honor the divine within you, to honor your value, to really know your own worth. Be aware of your own gifts, your own abilities, and in this moment, really hold that energy of celebration. And then allow beautiful oak to just really melt into you, infusing you with its energy and its medicine. Becoming really aware now of yourself as this huge tree of life, tree of light. And finally, we're going to call in, as always, our beautiful Archangel Ariel. This is the cover angel of my Archangel Fire Oracle deck that's coming out in April. She's the nature angel. She's also the angel associated with courage. She is the lioness of God, and she really is about the courage of our convictions. And even if you feel that you are somebody who's maybe a little bit different to everybody else, or maybe you're afraid to really bring your true thoughts, feelings, intentions out into the world, Ariel will gift you with the courage to be fearless in not only being who you are and voicing who you are and showing yourself, revealing who you are, but in going after what you want, really supporting you in that. She is the most incredible angel. You will see she's got the unicorn on this side and the lioness on this side. So again, it's about our purity and our strength combined. She's a really potent angel to call on at this time. And we ask Archangel Ariel now to just seal in all these energies with a beautiful blazing pink fire. Ariel works on a really pale pink ray with some gold. It's like a rose gold energy. Just feel this beautiful flame coming into your energy field and your vibration, infusing you with all the courage and strength that you need. Feeling it connect to your inner sun behind your belly. Really feel your power center switching on now, and feel that inner sun blazing so bright that it expands right out through your energy field and forms a seal in your auric field, so that it's like you're sitting in a blazing ball of sun, and you can seal your space in this now. So No negative energy can penetrate this, and your confidence is up and out, you're blazing, and you feel strong, centered, illuminated, and vibrant, and so, so beautiful. So coming into your body, just allow the sun around you to now become body shaped. Really shrink your energy field down. Call back those branches and those roots right back into your center so that you become human again, and let go of the image of yourself as a tree. Finally, I have Archangel Michael coming in, gifting us all with an indigo cloak of protection just to seal all this energy in. And again, Michael brings us more courage and bravery and strength as well. And just feeling yourself feeling calm, strong, centered, and really ready to face anything, and really ready to go in pursuit of that which sets your soul on fire. And that is really the point and the purpose of today's process. So when you're ready, you can open your eyes, come all the way back, take as long as you need to ground and center. If you need to go for a walk outside, hug a tree, please do. That's the best way to really integrate all of this. Just to let you all know that the latest issue of Spirit and Destiny is out now. I believe it's the November issue still. Great magazine. There's loads of great articles in there, and there's loads more of these Facebook Lives happening. I know that Beverly Densham does an angelic one. Katie Oman's been doing it. There's all kinds of different topics, so do tune in on all different days. I believe they're mostly happening at lunchtimes. I'm on Thursdays at 1 o'clock at the moment. Join me next week because we're going to continue our journey. Next week we're looking at blossoming, expansion, creation, more celebration. And if you enjoy these events, I do live events. This Saturday in London, I'm running a Goddess Circle, which is a live event. I'm really excited that we're in the midst of all this. We're allowed to still run the live events. We're all COVID friendly. All government guidelines have been followed. That's in North London. So any events, including my Archangel Diamond Flame Alchemy events, which are online, you can find at alexandrawenman.com/events, and I'm on Instagram. I always post free poetry on Instagram and things like that. But Spirit and Destiny, wonderful. Thank you so much for having me, and I'm so looking forward to the next issue of the mag and to more of these great workshops. And to you guys out there, everyone who's joined me, just keep believing in yourself, be kind to yourself, be gentle, especially at this time. And I wish you the most beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you so much. With loads and loads of love. And I'm going to end it there. So have a wonderful day. I know we've gone over. I'm really sorry. You can't shut me up. And oh yes, the November issue is the joy of generosity. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you, Kirsty. That's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, so the more that we say yes to ourselves and we're generous to ourselves, the more that we can give to others as well. So remember that. Say yes to you, and then you can share more of that with the world. Lots of love, everyone. Mwah. And have a gorgeous Thursday and a wonderful weekend.